Okay, so this weird shit is happening. I was just watching some news videos, a couple from like MSNBC, a couple from Fox News, and I disliked a Fox News video.
My memory is not as good as.
And went to the homepage, and this shit started happening. Like this weird anti-Biden audio.
No, I haven't.
And look, like, yeah, see, if I mute the YouTube tab up there, it stops.
Oh man.
And then as soon as I unmute, it keeps going.
Before you
I
got
can't
this
find the
program,
source.
you take a test where you're taking cocaine or
stop
not. What do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say to
And then
President Trump?
it'll just cut off like that. It'll just cut off. Like there's no end. There's no context. There's no explanation. And this is like the, what am I, like 16, 17, 18 times I've refreshed and gotten a new one. Oh, look, there's another different one.
Is an incredibly diverse
I'm like, is this hacking? Like, did some Republican group hack YouTube and target me? Like, I have firewalls, I have VPNs. So, like, they have to have gone through and targeted my account rather than, like, my computer. It's not happening on my other fucking computer. Like on my kid's account, it only started happening when I disliked that video. And see, like, okay, see, it just cut off again. I'll refresh it. Let's see, this is like 19 or 18 or 19 times now I've tried this. Yep, there it is again.
Unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions,
it's a little loud. It's very loud. The first time it happened, I had my computer at a normal volume, and I had to turn my speakers way down, like 3 or 4 clicks, which is a lot for my sound bar. Like, there's a lot of volume difference. They're screaming this anti Joe Biden shit at me, and like my online activity, especially like on YouTube, would probably be categorized by like the algorithm as me as like a moderate. Like if it was like an algorithm that was testing my activity to determine where my political affiliations were, I'd probably be put like somewhere right in the middle with like a little bit of I have a little bit of ideals from both sides. I kind of float back and forth, but there are major issues I feel very strongly one way or the other about, and sometimes I'll dislike a video, but this time I guess I disliked the wrong Fox News video, because we're now like, what is this, 20 times now? It's between like 16 and 20 times I've refreshed and gotten bombarded with one of these ads. So let's just be conservative and call this like 20.
Their force and peaceful protesters.
The vast majority of the protests have been peaceful.
And they're going and just pulling people off the street to make it seem like there are problems going on.
And I mean, I'm angry. I'm so angry. This is unacceptable garbage.
Most of these protests have been peaceful.
I applaud these protesters.
The majority of these protesters are peaceful.
Yeah, it's very clearly Republican agenda. Like, so clearly right-wing, conservative. Yep, here's some more Joe Biden clips with no context. I don't.
And in addition to that,
I don't understand this.
Make sure that we.
How is this happening? Why is this happening? Somebody should be held accountable for this. This is invasive and horrifying.
How smart.
There's no way YouTube's cool with this. Like, and if they are, like, shame on them. Like, I should hope they aren't. Like, there's no way. This has very clearly attached itself to some part of my YouTube channel. 22 times now. Maybe more. Like, I didn't even start counting until like 10 times in.
The vast majority of the protests have been peaceful.
And they're going and just pulling people off the street to make it seem like there are problems.
And like I immediately, as soon as I realized this was going to keep happening, I started recording because I want to document.
Most of these protests have been peaceful.
This needs to show people that this actually happened, and that like people aren't just blowing smoke. Like this has happened. So if anybody else experienced this, let me know in the comments below. And I'm determined to get to the bottom of this. Like, somebody needs to get in trouble because this is not okay.
That's the biggest tax increase in history.
Like, I'm very secure in my beliefs, and I've held my tongue on the on a lot of my videos. I've tried to keep myself pretty apolitical, but like this time like I've been pushed over the edge, man. And like I don't want it to sound more whimsical than how serious I actually am about, like, I'm very distraught that this is happening. What are we on, like 24, 25?
He went.
Yeah, we've heard this one.
President. I didn't go, and I'm still vice president.
There's no source for it. Like it's just playing.
And in addition to that,
on the YouTube homepage.
In addition to that, we have to
on my computer
sure that we,
every time I refresh.
Position that we are,
for well over 10 minutes now, and it started as soon as I disliked that Fox News video.
How smart, how bright Hillary is.
And I'm not. I'm like I need to lay it all out right here. Like sometimes I like some of the stuff Fox News has to say. Most of the time I don't. Most of the time I don't care enough to actually like or dislike what they have to say. This particular one, I didn't really like the way they were portraying certain information the wrong way, so I clicked the dislike button, and this is what I was greeted with immediately after. And I'm not saying they're connected, I'm just laying out how everything has played out for me. Yeah, so we're like on 25 or 26 times now this has happened. Maybe even 27 or 28. I've lost count.
And in addition to that,
but like they have to, like it has to be at least slightly
sure
correlated, right? I disliked an MSNBC video directly before the Fox News one. I didn't get any crazy Democrat shit.
How smart.
This is frustrating and infuriating, and it kind of reeks of desperation, like some last-ditch effort to dig in this negative image they want people to have, and like that's just if you can't rise on your own merits, if all you have is to tear down,
come on, man, that's like saying
the opposition because you're terrified of your opposition, and so all you have is to make people think they're bad, which is what both sides are doing right now, which is what I find infuriating. It's just at least the Democrats are looking into a camera and saying, hey, this is why this person is bad. Look at the evidence. I'm being currently bombarded with out of context, unexplained, partial clips, very clearly intended to demonify and vilify the Democratic nomination for president of the United States. And it's making my stomach hurt. I don't like. Again, let me know in the comments below if you experienced this today. It is Tuesday, the 18th of August, 2020. This began at about 11 p.m. Central Standard Time for me, and I'm on like 30 or 30 something tries here, and that I've gotten this mess, like some version of this weird propaganda shit, and I'm like, my head is kind of spinny and hot, and like my heart's beating really fast. I feel very violated and targeted, and like somebody did something very, very wrong here. It's like, what is this, like 34, 35? Oh. That seems to have not happened this time. So either 35, 30 something was the magic number, or maybe YouTube caught the whatever hack was going on. Something insane definitely just happened. It stopped. It is done. But that was easily like 30, 40 minutes of that I was bombarded with. Maybe more like 20. How long is that? How long have I been recording? About 10 minutes. So yeah, it was like 20 minutes Almost 20 minutes I got bombarded with that nonsense. I need to fucking lay down. Somebody needs to do something about this, and I hope that there is some speedy information out there for us to get some light shed on what the fuck just happened. Because I'm so angry. I'm lividly angry. My ears are burning. I'm so angry. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if you heard anything about this or if you experienced something similar. And I'll see you guys in the next video.